all, when we dance ballroom, it's very important to close the feet properly. So before we go to the rise and fall and all the shaping and whatnot, we're gonna practice. I'll give you some exercises you can do. So we have one couple, they can hold each other and do this exercise. Since you're on your own, some of you can hold the wall to begin with, and we can do this. So for Nelson and Judith, you can hold each other with hand to hand like that. Yes. And you're going to do the same exercise as we do, starting with closing the legs first. So in Latin, it's different because you always have your toes out, slightly open. In ballroom, in waltz and everything, you want to have your feet close together. So feet together. Important thing for gentlemen and ladies as well is put your hand on your stomach here and just make sure that you pull back slightly, tuck it in, pretend like you're pushing the belly button towards the spine. So when you do that, you end up lengthening your spine, okay? So everybody put your hand here for a second. So I'm gonna stay sideways like this. So instead of arching, we're going to pull in, and then when we lower, we need to keep that. We do not want to lower and lean or lower and arch backwards. So you're gonna put your hand here, and when you lower, please lower right down and keep your upper body, very vertical as possible. Yes, yes. That's the most important thing first, is to get that position and how to hold your core, how to put everything in one position, yes. So that's first, yes. So when you do that, immediately your weight starts to go slightly towards your ball of feet. Yes, yes. Now, make sure that when you lower, please, we don't want our knees to open out. We want our knees to stay together. Yes, yes. So that's the first thing. If you lower and your foot is to the side, then it's a different story. That would be more like in Tango or so. So now we're gonna do and try to work how to go up in the air. So hold your tummy here. First we're gonna go down, then we're going to go up and get on ball the feet, but don't lose that vertical line. Yes, yes. Go there and stay as long as you can and keep it as nice and straight as possible. And lower back down. Go up on toes, squeeze your legs together. Don't let them wobble or open, and come down. Yes. So I'm going to do it forward. So forward will look the same. So see, my knees will go nice and down together. I will not open them. So keep your feet together and just keep the knees together. Beautiful. Yes. So that's your first thing to do. So every time you start a move, you want that to happen before you go anywhere. So before I take my forward step, you will want to bring your spine downwards, and then you go forward. So that's the first thing to do when you start your movement. And this is for the leader, same thing for the follower. If I'm going backwards, as a lady would do, you will have your posture, and then as you lower, you will go down first. So nice and low, and then off you go to the back. That's how you proceed with the first step. And then we have two more. So we have the 2 and 3. So waltz is 1, 2, 3. That's your 1. On 2, we will continue to rise up. I'll show you that in a second. First, we're going to go nice and low. Keep your core. Yes, don't arch, don't lean. Just keep it nice and straight. As nice, as vertical as you can. Yes, from there, you take a step forward. Collect your feet in the same position. Same position, same position. Yes. Only one step, please. Only one step. Nice and low. Forward, 1. Only one position. Yes. Exactly. And the same thing back. You go back whichever leg you want, because you can do them both back and forth. Collect your foot and stay in the same position. Keep it nice and low. Yes. That's our first thing we do. So let's talk about the frame a little bit. So we talked about the center, we talked about the lowering. Now, gentlemen, so we don't want to rise too high. We don't want to elevate the shoulders. Actually, what you want to do is you want to push the shoulders down. So by doing that, you have a longer neck, have a nicer, straighter line. So if I rise like this, you see much shorter. If I keep my shoulders down, then you feel a difference. See, there's a line going down with my shoulders. Yes. You can practice a little bit going like this, and then learn how to bring them down. Down, yes. And then down, yes. So that is how you lock yourself into the position first. Then you have this pushing down, pressing your shoulders down, open your elbows out. Yes. So shoulders down, elbows out. We don't want elbows up and shoulders up. We want down, yes. So down and up. See, I don't want it to go much higher than my shoulders. You want it to look relaxed and in a comfortable position. So core back, down and out. And then from there, you just go lower. And then, so that makes it much easier. So you have three things to think about. Belly button, nice and straight, nice and flat at the back. No sticking out or anything, just keep it nice and flat. Yes, open your elbows up, shoulders nice and down. Long neck, then everything feels like it's in the right place. Good. I see some of you doing that trying. Yes, try it forward and back a few times. So go, get the position, go forward, stay in the position, go back. Stay in the position, go forward, stay in the position, go back. Yes. And yes, you want to be very comfortable on your first step before you start to go up. You don't want to go forward and up right away without feeling that you're steady and comfortable. So I'll tell you what I mean. So I'm going to come forward to you. If I go forward and right away to the side, I don't have control. If I focus on my forward step first, after this, I will decide to do my next step. So that's how you want to take it easy and not rush it. So with that in mind, so we keep everything we said. We're going to try to do the side step now. So doing the side step, if you rise too soon, you fall back immediately. So if I go from here, so this is my first step. If I go to my 2, immediately up, I collapse down because I don't have proper balance and no control. So what you want to do is you want to go on like this. So you're going to go on bend knees. First is through the bend knees. From bent, you transfer your weight and you can collect your feet and go up. So you have to do it in a transition, not all at once. When you do that, you feel your core and your center gradually moving over and gradually pulling up, and feet will collect together like we talked about in the air. Yes. We don't want to go over the bridge too soon, not at once. We want to go gradually. So from knees, from one leg to the other, through bend knees, through the middle, then connect and go and rise. Yes. Yes. You're going to feel some tension on quads and inner thigh here, just to connect. So go like this. Do the little swinging action here. Yes. Yes. So when you do that, my heels are not on the ground. I will swing, collect, and then decide to lower afterwards. So now we have all the actions. We have the forward action. We have the side action to bend knees, the up and collect action, and then the down. So there's quite a bit of a process to go. We don't want to go 1, 2, 3. We don't want to do that all at once. No stepping and high. You don't want to reach your maximum very quickly because it's hard to control, especially when you're turning and stuff. Okay, so this was going forward. So I'm going to do it from the back here so you can see my movement forward. So I go forward step, nice and low. Side step through bend knees. Collect my feet. And then come back down. Yes. Keep your back nice and straight, core in, and you can go forward, push it up, send it up, and lower. When you do it that way, you will feel this feeling of elevation. In the meantime, you have your leg joining you slowly. It's not all at once. You don't want it to slam the legs together. You want a gradual collection, finish, and get down. Yes. So it does take a lot of muscle work and balance and control. Yes. So it's important that you practice this, lowering like this and not rise too early. Get down, stay down. Halfway up, continue going up. Don't go up all at once, please. Yes, use your bend knees, use your leg muscles. So when you do bolero, I'll just touch this quickly. Before you go up on the foot, you transfer your weight in bolero. You get your weight and you start to go up. So immediately your leg will join. Here in waltz, we don't put our heel down, we go over the foot and we continue to go up. So it's slightly different, but same idea. Weight, up and close. So we don't do it right away up. Yes. So a lot of things are very similar when you're dancing the ballroom. Now the tango is very different, which I'll touch later on because there's no rise. Yes. Okay, so ladies. So when you, or gentlemen as well, going backwards now. So we'll do this backwards. So lock your shoulders, open your elbows out, shoulders down. Then we're going to go down first. First step, side. Start with the bend knees, and then rise and close. Yes. So it's the same, absolutely the same approach, just backwards. It's a little bit tricky to go backwards because we're not used to walking backwards as much. So when you're counting it, there is time. You don't want to rush it. So we're going to go into the first. So 1 is here, 2, 3. Then we lower. We don't want to lower too early. So you have time. Don't lower on 3. Close your feet and stay nice and stretch. And then lower in between the 3 and the next move. Yes. If you do 2, 3, if you lower on 3, you won't have enough time to go up. We don't want to drop. On 2, continue to rise. On 3, high, and then go down at the end. Now that's not easy to do, but especially with 2 people together. But with a good connection, with good core, sense of balance is really easy to do. Everybody keep your elbows a little bit higher. We don't want to drop them down. So keep them your chest line and slightly forward, not behind, slightly forward. Yeah, see? So my elbow now is not behind. So it's slightly forward, and so it's kind of straight with my chest line. Yes. And then there we go. So whichever you are, lady or follower. Okay, so now, so we don't dance in waltz only square. So now we have to be aware of the turns, right? So we don't want to just dance the square and go back and forth and go back and forth. So we keep in mind everything we did. Now, when we turn, we don't want to rush and do things too early. We don't want to initiate and turn on the first step. That will break every rule, everything we just did. So if you look at me from the back, if I do it too early, see, I'm already twisted and I'm not comfortable. So when you plan a turn, your first step should be forward. Slightly commence, which means that you're getting ready. And then the next one is when you rotate and you decide, that's when you do your decision on how much you want to turn, whether it's 1/8 or whether it's a quarter turn. So I'm going to do quarter turns all around the floor in my little space here. So I'll apply everything, straight line, nice and low, and I will do forward, side, quarter turn to the left, back, side, quarter turn. See? Forward, side, quarter turn. So I'm not rushing to do turning too early. Yes. So first, take that beautiful straight step forward. Bring your weight over, bend knee, then you decide where you want to go. Okay. So if you can put your hands on the hips for a second. So put your hands here on your hip bone. So what you want to do is I'll show you what I'm doing. So I go forward first. I arrive at the soft knee. Now use this area to create rotation. So you want to use your hip area and the core to create rotation. Then soft knee, go up and close. So it's coming from this heavy part here, which it does a beautiful action when you rotate. Yes. Yes. So by doing quarters, you can do more. You can do pivot action. You can do a pivot action, which allows rotation, a half a rotation. Yes. So do not start your turn on 1. Do it between 1 and 2. And sometimes you can do a little bit more on 3 if you have to turn more. So I'm going to do it now to the right side. So we did the left, now we can do right. With the right foot forward, we can go forward, turning right, quarter, back, turning right, quarter, forward, turning right, quarter, back, turning right, quarter. You notice how I keep my head to the left the whole time. Yes. Keep your head stretched, your neck stretched, shoulders down, belly button in. So this is the list you want to go over before you start dancing. You want to practice that list. Some of you that have no partner to dance with at the moment, you can use your regular frame, or you can keep your hands here in front of you to create a nice hold. So you just put your palms towards your chest, which forces you to elevate your elbows. It's hard to start dancing when your elbows are down, because that is just a little bit too relaxed. So you want to hold that as if you're dancing with a partner. And then you go forward, side, back, side, forward, side, yes. The important thing is to understand the movement and not worry about rising too high. First is be low, feel the floor, feel your good balance, your core, and you can do better than tippy-toeing and going up so quickly. Yes. So now you're familiar with your first step, second step, third step, closing. I would suggest it's better be on really bent knees than being on locked legs. Locked legs, you have no control when you go up in the air. So for now, keep your legs, your knees flexed gently, not too bent, but just keep them nice and loose. Collect them together, gives you a nice support. Yes, and you can just practice that. Just gonna go like this. Pull your core in, shoulders down, and then you get tired and go down. Go again. Yes, and then bring your heels. So this way you build your strength, and your ankles get nice and strong. A lot of calf muscle, everything is in control. Yes. Don't try to do any shaping or anything too much. This is the most important to begin with, is the proper initiation of your feet, proper rise, proper lowering. Then you can start in doing all the extras at the end. Only when you feel very steady on your feet. So what I would like to do now is that the hardest thing to do is the promenade position. Now, even though we are in promenade, we have to respect that line that we just talked about earlier. It goes across the board. Whether you're doing foxtrot, tango, Viennese waltz, it doesn't matter. So if I stand in close position, here I need that line. If I stand in promenade position, I still need that line. I should not be in any different position. I should be perfectly vertical and straight. Yes. Whether you go with the inside leg or with the outside leg, you need to be vertically perfect first. Nice and tight before. If you're landing from the air, same thing. If you're up in the air and coming up, and you want to land, core tight. Yes. We don't want to dip. We don't want to fall back. We want to reach a perfect vertical line on our feet. Yes. We don't want to think of manipulating the move too early. Yes. So, this is what we're going to do. So the gentleman in promenade, your heart to your partner. So, heart to partner. Keep your feet together like this. Head to the left. Feet are slightly open, like 45 degrees, hardly. Open to your left as well. So feet and head will go out. Body will stay with your partner. So that goes for both the gentleman and the lady, the leader and the follower. So yes, head to left, feet to the left. The upper body is towards your partner. Do not open your body out, because you will pull your partner. Yes. So I'm going to do one sample of how to get into it, because we're doing the rise and fall. So I'll do the box first. I don't want to hit this because it's too low to me. Okay, so here I go, my regular, my lowering and everything. Forward 1. I'm going to start to go up and 2. Now I'm going to stay with my partner. My left side in, turn my head and my feet I can lower his feet together, or I can go and take a step forward. Yes. So I did not do any commotion. You don't want to really give it too much rotation or throw your partner away. Just go right over your foot, bring your heart to your partner, collect your feet, and that's it. I'm coming up. No extra work. Just make sure you don't turn left. Don't turn your body left, because you will pull your partner. Yes. So I'm going to use this square guy as my follower. So here she is. So I will not open like that and take her with me. So I go forward, side, and I go to her. See? So I'm going to stay with her. To tell her to go into promenade, take a side step and lower. That's the idea of promenade. So don't move out. Tell her with your body. Tell her to open, to turn her head with your chest. So ladies, I'll show you now. Yes. So the lady, you do the identical thing. You can exaggerate slightly by pushing your sternum and your back in more. Don't do any arching or anything. So feet will turn slightly to the right. Head will turn right. Keep your right side to partner. Do not take away. Always give him the energy. So always forward, even if you're in promenade. So, and then you can move sideways. Yes. We don't want to arch away from him. We don't want to turn away from him. So if this is my partner, everything is towards the partner. Only my feet and my head is in promenade. And then off we go. Yes. So if the lady goes into promenade in close position, it's a little bit harder because she has to turn quarter. She has to turn more. So she will go back here. As she collects, and the partner is telling her to turn, she will turn only the head and the feet. Yes, and not open up. No opening up. Does it make sense? So you want two bodies to constantly be towards each other, engaged, and on their own balance, keeping the core nice and strong. Yes, I cannot stress enough how important is belly button in, not to let it go anywhere else. Yes, belly button to spine. Yes. So when you dance on the dance floor, that would stand out with a beautiful straight back, beautiful posture. As soon as we let go of the center, we start doing all kinds of changes and bending. We don't want that. We want to stay as vertical as possible for everything. I can go as far as I want and as high as you want, but I need to hold this. Yes. Yes. I let go. It's much harder. So because I'm covering a lot of the details and the technique and some exercise, I don't think the music is necessary right now. It has 3 beats. So you have 3 steps on 3 beats, unless there is a syncopation where a chasse or a lock or something would change, would give you 4 steps in 3 beats. But for now, the best thing you can do is before you start doing the dance, just get used to this collecting your feet, lowering, rising. Yes. So you can use your wall for lowering and rising. Shoulders down, going down. That's it. Yes. And then you go side, go into in the middle, continue. Go in the middle, continue. Yes. One thing that really matters is you think of this center here, right in the middle, in your sternum here in the middle. You have to keep that, when you start moving, you have to put it over your standing leg. If you go forward, you put it over standing leg. You go side, you take it to the standing leg. We don't want to leave our center sideways or falling. You want to pull it over to the leg that has the weight. Same thing backwards, you take it back. You don't want to leave it forward. So you want to take it back to where you're going. You can have a perfect line that you started. Yes. That makes you a strong dancer. The moves are very precise and very strong approach. Yes. Okay. So no questions. No questions while you have danced on your waltz and you want something answered? Now, some of you might not prefer contact dancing in any of them, which is fine. Some of you, sometimes it's easier to dance when you're closer. In that case, you just have to know where to position your partner. So if you're wearing a tie, or the buttons should be free of partner, like you don't want to block your partner in the middle. So for ladies, always go to your partner's right side, with your right side to right side, right hip to right hip, and you're ready to go. Yeah. Let him be on your right. Don't block him. So that's just something that you can. I don't have a partner now, so unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to show you as good. But so if the gentleman looks to the left slightly and allows the partner to be, you have to allow your partner to be on the right. Don't squeeze the partner in. Let her be. Put her where you want her with your frame, and let her be on the right side. Which means now my sternum is free. See, I'm not blocked by her, and you have to move through her. Keep her on the right side. Yes. She always stays on the right side. Yes. So it's kind of like a counterbalance. You go slightly to the left, she goes slightly more to the left, and then you have that nice connection together. Yes. The lower you bend, the closer you get. The more you bend, the closer you get to your partner, especially in tango as well. So if you lower into your knees, into your legs, you feel your partner more connected. When you start to go up, you start to feel not as touchy anymore, only slightly on top. Yes. And then when you go back down, you start to feel again, the connection comes right back here. Because the knees bend forward, right? So when two knees bend forward, they get closer to each other. Does it make sense? For leaders good? All right, I like that. Okay, so tango. I'll go right into the tango. So everything we talked about waltz, you will apply in terms of frame, center. The frame cannot be too wide because you're not going to hold it the same. So you're going to keep it a little bit tighter, smaller, and more compact. But yet, of course, you're going to have your elbows out, but we're not going to stretch it too high because we don't want that kind of hold. So lady will go around and under. So I cannot execute that now because my arms only go so far. So yeah. So we don't want to have that big opening. We want that nice, good hook because that's where all the magic in tango happens with a tight hold. Yes. So elbows still high and straight. Beautiful. So what makes the tango different is that there's no rise. There's slightly, the level changes with your knees, but there's no going on tippy toes. So you don't have to worry about that. But in this case, feet do not have to constantly touch the floor. So in waltz, you try to keep contact with the floor at all times. So you start to keep in waltz, contact, waltz. In tango, you can go and just place it at once on the foot and place it. So I would not bother with my toes gliding, no gliding with the heels to make it smooth. So you want to go from one position. So from one position to the second, to the third. So we don't need to worry about the gliding action. We keep that beautiful hold we talked about. Ladies as well, when you go backwards, you need to take your belly button back towards the spine. So you need to be on your foot and not hang onto the partner. You don't want to be heavy. Yes. So it's very important that the lady and gentleman do the same work on their own body, their own moves. Do not expect the man to move you. So as a gentleman, so I'll do my two tango walks forward. I start by lowering first, by creating that beautiful connection to the floor and to my partner. Same thing, looking left, shoulders down, and then proceed with the first step, slow. Second one, same thing, slow. So I kind of go on a slight curve. I don't have to go straight forward because it's not as comfortable. So the gentleman would go slightly to the left and over the left, over the right. So what I would do is forward and side. For some of you that do the American rumba, so when you're doing the box close, that little half a box at the end, so you do your 2 walks, slow, slow, and then you have quick, quick, slow, which is like a little box you close. You go quick, quick, keep it nice and slow. We don't need to travel. Yes. Especially partner is on that side, we don't want to push quickly against her. So watch what my right foot does on it quick. So slow here, slow here. Now, quick, quick. See, just right underneath me and placed inside and right over this, and then close my feet. So I don't want to push too much. I want that to be fast, execution quick, and just very, very precise and clean. Yeah, we don't want to try to make a big step forward. So the big steps can be, or whatever you want them to be, you can be forward. And then you have the quick, quick, which keeps you nice. And Tango is very well known for knees inwards, which is like a knock knees. So we don't want to open them to go anywhere high. We just want to keep constantly knees inwards. And that way it keeps you very compact. So, yes. So I'm going to show you what with this, what you do with your knees bent and how to transfer one to the other. So if you go on one leg, the other one is bent, kind of the same, slightly flexed. And then I'm going to go to the next one, roll over. The other one does the same thing. So my free leg is also bent. I'm not pointing it. It's not twisted in or twisted out. It's just matching, identical. And I just changed my weight. So that's it. Don't open your knees. Not in promenade, not in close position. We don't want that. We don't want to do that. Yes, constantly inwards. When you do that, everything feels smaller and compact, and it's quicker. Yes. The same thing for the lady. Yes. So when the follower would walk backwards, so she's moving slightly to the left here, slightly stretched, but no arching, please. Just stretch your core in your center. There we go. And you go from back step. Same thing here, small step, small, small. Yes, you don't want to make a big deal on that one, on the quick, quick. Yes. You want it sharp and precise. So if you're doing that particular move, you got 2 slows, 2 quicks, and 1 slow coming in without weight. So without weight and ready to go to the next move. So slow, slow. Quick, quick. Yes. So, yes. So when it comes to quicks, they have to be quickly. So when you take slow, it's 2 beats in that slow. When you take a quick, it's half of that. So if my slow is 1, 2, 1, 2, then the quick has to be 1, 1. It cannot be 1, 2, 1, 2. So you have to differentiate the slows and the quicks. So you start with counting slowly, slowly, and then go a little bit choppy, quick, quick. You need to make that a little bit faster with your legs to show me the beat. Ta-da. Yes, yes. You want to show that this is a faster step, not as slow as the previous step. In that case, it's smaller and placed very abruptly, very quickly. So you want the quick, quick, and then the slow, you take your time. The last slow is no weight, so don't rush it. Just drag it in and keep it close to the standing leg. So here, I'll do the followers step. So it goes, we go on in. So slow, slow, quick, quick. And now slow, bring this and just hold it there. Connect your partner. Don't worry about the last slow. If I were to, yeah, so think of it as like step, step. Don't think how far, just step, step. Just finish it. It becomes really cool with a staccato feeling. So same thing here. I want to touch the promenade. In tango, promenade super important. A lot of patterns, a lot of moves start from promenade. Pivots from promenade, turns left and right and close. That's what makes the tango really nice. So you will do your basic or from standing wherever you are. And then all you need to do is to create is look to the left and give your heart to your partner. When you do that quickly, she responds just as quick. If you do it slowly, she responds slowly. So I'll tell you what I mean. So if I go slow, slow, and then I do quick, quick, and the tango, I do promenade slowly, she will respond slowly. If I do quick, quick, and then give it a little indication, then it's easier and sharper. Yes. So you gotta, don't turn away from her, give your heart to her. That way, your feet are left, upper body is right towards partner, head is left. So head is always matching your feet when you think about it. So if my feet turn slightly that way, my head will turn that way. But it doesn't mean the body will go with it. That's what creates the promenade. Yes. Now for ladies, it's a bit more turn. For men, it's hardly any turn there. For ladies, it's a lot more turn. So she goes from this position. And now when she goes to the quick, quick, and the partner initiates the promenade, she will open to the right, but not overturn. Keep it there. Yes. Knees in. Keep your knees in. Don't open out, please. Yes. You want your hips to be nice and close and relaxed low. Yes. So if I ask you at any time to lift your free leg, you should be able to lift it and not be in the middle. So always be ready in these. Yes. Rather in close position or promenade position, you need to be perfectly vertical. Yes. If you want to shape more, it's all from pushing forward. Yes. Don't slide your feet, please. It's better to lift them too much than to slide them. Because when you slide them, you don't get that feeling of tango. So it's better to actually lift the foot and place it like that to make it very obvious, as much as that. Then to go slide it nice and slowly and taking your time. So that way you show that you have the knowledge and the technique for it. Yes. You want to arrive at the foot, the bend knee, stay in the bend knee, stay in the bend knee, promenade, stay in the bend knee, stay in the bend knee. Yes. That way it looks very precise and it will stand out. Yes. If you would like to test your frame, you can always have a book on your elbows. So you cannot drop the book. If the book drops, you're in trouble. So I have here, this is light, it's a little tricky, but you need to keep that up, okay? So you cannot drop it. This is very light, it's tricky. Yes. So you want to hold your arms up in the air. You don't want to drop them. Once you lower them, just fall back immediately down. Yes. So pretend like you're holding something up. You have something heavy and you need to engage with your back, shoulder blades, and hold it. In promenade is identical. Don't drop your elbows in promenade. Yes. All right. So so when you do turns in tango, this is something that I want to move to the next thing. So we did the basic with the promenade, and now how to rotate. So when you do changes in tango, first thing first, make sure you step on the foot first. So I'll do the followers movement. So from promenade, I'll take my promenade step, take my forward and across step. So before I do anything, if the partner wants to turn you, turn first, and then you can close the basic afterwards. Yes. So first is stepping, perfect balance, rotating, and then the next move. For the gentleman as well. So if you are in promenade like this, and you want your partner to come from promenade to close, There she is. So you go, so promenade. Now make sure that you close her first, and then you can proceed with the movement. Do not do it at the same time. Do not go here, close and move, because you will go right on top of her. Yes. So you want to indicate that you're changing direction. So change direction, and then take a step and move. Yes. So that would make it easy for both of you. Sir, and now go back. Yes, and close. Yes, give it a try. So you will count it like this. You'll go. Lead us with the left foot. You'll go to the side. Slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow. Yes. So same thing for the lady. I'll do now with the right foot. Side, forward and across. Find your partner. Go back to your close position, and continue with the close. All right. So, Taurus, I want to do, this is going to be, I just chose this pattern because, gentlemen, when it comes to leading the partner, sometimes we forget what we need to do. We always focus on the lady, how to get the lady, how to send her there, and what we need to do for her. We forget our steps. So I think most of you know the open fan. Have you heard of the open fan in Tango? The one where you do the pointing of the leg? Okay. So open fan is promenade position. And you take the partner from promenade position. And you're going to stop for a second on a second slope. Send her out and close your feet together. And then that's when you end up on the open position. Yes. So most of you have done this before if you've done Tango in bronze, and it's a beautiful, fun movement where you open apart. So, but often I see the gentleman forgets about their own feet, steps, what to do. So I'll show you in promenade. So I go one step to the side, small step forward and across. I close them together. Yes, I close them. Then I take a small step away from my partner, and then we can point it together. So that's how we open up. Yeah, and the lady is on this side doing this. Yes, I'll show the lady as well. The ladies now, it's very clear when the gentleman wants to send you out. So it goes slow, slow. Now he will rotate you, and you will go into the open position. So nice and vertical, sternum over, and in this position. Yes, you can do that flick action if you want. Yes, so you have to let go of the lady. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful. So ladies, you can make it dramatic, you can make it fun, or you can take your time and do slowly. But the idea is slow, slow, quick, quick, and slow. So that's your position there. In there, yes. So make sure that sternum is over your standing leg. Yeah. If you can lift your leg, that means you're balanced. Yes, good. Yes. So let me see the man. So I'll do the man one more time. So I'll do it this way. And you can see my feet. So I do two slow walks. Slow in promenade position, forward and across. One quick together. One quick to the side. And then you're in the position. So in the meantime, you're sending the partner away. So one more time. Slow, slow. Send your partner, close your feet. Quick, quick, and slow. Yes. That's it. So when you open here, make sure you have your balance on the right foot. Even if you shake, make sure you have your balance. No matter how you go, you have to have your balance. So it's very important to be over the knee, the standing leg. Yes. Sternum over the knee. That'll make a huge difference. For ladies, yes. So ladies, can you turn your sternum towards your left leg? So you're going on your left leg. So make sure you bring your center, your chest over to your left leg. Left leg. Yes. Yes. You can open your arms up. So that way you really feel grounded. Beautiful. Yes. So gentlemen, the same thing. When you go away from your partner, here you go away, put your balance, put your weight over. Nice and straight, vertical. Beautiful position that we talked about earlier. Beautiful position. You can look at your partner slightly and then go from there. So keep in mind, every time you dance, don't get lost on what's next, what are you going to do two patterns from now. Always focus where you are. Try to find your tailbone, your center with the spine and tailbone in every step you go. And the best way to do that is to practice by lifting one foot. So you go from standing one leg to standing another leg and standing another leg. So you can easily practice how to transfer your weight in the bent knee. Yeah, not too high. We don't need that. We don't need so high. Just, am I doing that much? Maybe I am. So just lift it in the air or like that in the air to keep yourself nice and balanced. Find the other leg. Beautiful. Go backwards, go sideways, go forward. It makes a difference. Absolutely. Very nice. Love it.